Okay, hi guys. I'm cutting up this, finally cutting up the goat's milk, honey, and oatmeal soap. And I know I said I wasn't going to do a video of it, but I've got a few slices off already. I'm just going to try to pound through it and give you an update here. I'm just cutting up this soap because I was supposed to cut it Saturday and it's now Monday. And I also have to still cut up the spiced cranberry cider and the what's the other one there? The almond and honey one, which I was supposed to cut up Saturday too. I made this soap on Thursday and I made those other two on Friday. But what happened was Saturday I got back from my trip to get the shelving for turning the cellar into a soaping area, and I no sooner got home and I got a call from the ambulance that Jimmy, my husband, was being taken to the emergency room. He'd had an accident with the sawmill that he had just purchased. It fell down on him. And this is a big, over 1 ton machine to cut lumber, and he was underneath it. Being very safe. He was being very safe. I don't want you to think he was being unsafe or an idiot. He had, it's just a bolt happened to break. And the machine came down on him and crushed his pelvis and trapped him underneath. And thank goodness a lady that he purchased it from was home and heard him holler, because he couldn't get to his phone. He was pinned and it was in his pocket, and he tried to get to it, and he actually ripped his pocket right off his pants to try to get to it, but couldn't get it. So thank goodness she was home and heard him and called 911. So anyway, he is home and bedridden. It's going to take him, about 3 months to completely heal. He broke it in 3 places. It just, crushed it, basically. But it was the best place it could have gone him. He was kind of sideways, so it got his big hip bones. What's your big bones? But it just squeezed and crushed the pelvic area. So I'm just going to cut this one right in half. So I didn't get the soaps cut up. That's definitely the least of my concerns. And so he's home, but we're grateful he's alive. Could have been a lot worse if it had gotten him, just a little bit higher. It could have been very bad. It would have hit vital, would have hit, crushed organs and stuff instead of bones. So we are grateful. Let's see, how does that look? I'm just going to take a little bit more off there. So again, this is goat's milk, honey, and oatmeal, made with real, fresh, local, organic goat's milk. And those bars weigh, I cut them to weigh a little over 4 ounces, so by the time they cure out, they weigh 4 ounces. And just cutting my samples up here, trying to do it quickly. I hope I'm still in the camera. I think I am. Oh, not my normal calm, relaxing video that I'm used to doing. But I want to get this cut up because I want to show you the cut up Cali Girl Coconut Lime Verbena. And this, of course, has some of our honey in it as well. Has oatmeal. Very light exfoliation on this one, though. You know, it's not really like a scrubby soap or anything. And I've added some. Oh, those got squished. That's okay. Whatever. So it's not really, you know, real exfoliating scrubby soap or anything like that. It is very gentle. The oatmeal's in there more for the, you know, the soothing qualities of the oatmeal rather than the exfoliation, although you will get just a little bit of the exfoliation. And I'm just putting these up over here so you can see them. I'll just put a couple more and I'll show them to you. Yeah, good enough. Okay. So there's goat's milk, honey, and oatmeal. There they are. There's some there. There's a few samples. Here's some here. And there's a few samples. And I did 2 mini loaves because I had a request for one of the mini loaves, so that's spoken for. And I hope the mini loaves, whoops, they seem like they came out a little bit small to me, but I'm going to double check them here just to see. Let's see. Okay, it's reading 17 ounces, so by the time it, you know, cures out a little bit, I'm pretty sure it's going to weigh still the full pound. Let's try this one. And that one's even bigger. That'll definitely be 16 ounces. So one of those is spoken for, and one of them will be available. I'll put this soap up in about 4 to 6 weeks in my Etsy and Artfire stores. And I wanted to show you also down here. Here is my Cali Girl all cut up. I cut this up on, what was it, Friday? I can't even remember. The weekend's a blur. There's Cali Girl, same as before. Hot pink and bright yellow with the glitter on top. There's the samples in the mini loaf of that. And here's the coconut lime verbena, and pretty much the same. The top came out a little bit flatter than the previous batch, so, but other than that, it's the same. And very nice scent. And there's the mini loaf of that, the samples of that. And down here we have, I think, actually I did a cutting video of this, so you saw this, the goat milk and honey, so that's curing out too. And okay, so I'll come back with a cutting video on that spiced cranberry cider, and another one on the almond and honey. Okay, thanks for watching. Take care, guys. Bye-bye.